I think when you're at a place where you're so upset and you're kind of out of control with a lot of things, it's an easy step to turn to food. I found out about The Biggest Loser through a friend. She was going one weekend to an open call, and I just thought, if I can go and I can lose 50 pounds, then that'll be enough to come home and do it on my own and kind of just feel good about where I'm at. Growing up, I had what I felt was a typical Christian home, two very loving parents, and by all accounts, we were, a very happy and happy-go-lucky family. When I was 18, I received a phone call from my mom. I was at work, and she told me that she was going to be leaving my dad. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to deal with my pain or the confusion that I was going through, but I couldn't help but think that her leaving, that it meant that there was something wrong with me. I chose then to internalize all my pain, and I then told my mom that because of her decision, I was going to have to love her from a distance, and that I wasn't going to speak to her anymore. When I would get really upset or depressed, I thought, well, if I could just get something really good to eat, then it'll make me feel better. It becomes a guilt thing, and you realize that you're eating and you're feeling bad while you're eating, and it's just making it worse, and it becomes this vicious cycle of, I need comfort, and I think food will work, and I'm gonna try it, and it's not working, and I need more. I had put on, almost 100 pounds, and I realized I was not in control of the food. It was not making me happy. I assumed that the smile on my face masked it all. People ask you, how are you doing today? Oh, I'm good, and you've got a smile. Then I thought, well, they'll believe you, and so I thought, well, that gets me through this conversation. The moment I would close the door of my car, I would just cry and cry and cry and cry and cry. Because it was all fake. In my mind, I thought, if I tell everybody everything that I'm going through, that they'll leave me too. I received a phone call from The Biggest Loser. The show's ultimate goal is to ultimately be the biggest loser. Whoever loses the most percentage of weight would, at the end, win $250,000. I talked to my dad, and he made the suggestion that I call and ask my mom if she'd like to do the show with me. I really felt like God was saying, I'm gonna give you an opportunity, to start over and change from the inside out, and this could be the option if you're willing to do it. I called my mom and I said, okay, here's perfect opportunity for you and I to do something together. It was parents and kids versus husbands and wives. Then they all had a really great connection and a really great relationship. And when I looked in the direction of my mother, I thought, okay, well, I'm here with somebody that, when I look at you, I see the source of my pain and I see the source of my weight gain. While everybody has somebody that they love and that they kind of feel really connected with, I'm here with somebody that I hardly know. We were in a challenge in a huge water tank, and whoever holds on the longest while the water drains will win. I jumped into the water, and in coming back up, I didn't know, but the bar had swung out and then swung back. And as I came up, it swung back and it hit my tooth, and it chipped it. And I lost it. I completely lost it. When that tooth got chipped, I felt like somebody had just stripped away that armor and said, no, look at you. Your smile is gone now. What are you going to do? And it was at that point that I then felt like I have have to get out of here. This is too much. I, am physically in pain. I'm emotionally in pain. I'm here with the one person who causes me pain. And now you've chipped my tooth. That's it. I can't do it anymore. And I remember just telling God, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? I can't do this anymore. And laying there, just in a complete state of brokenness, I told God, okay, I get it. I can't do it. It's not me. And so God, if you can use me, if you want me to stay, if you want me to work on this, if you really want me to do this, then I'll stay. And I'll give it all to you. And from that point forward, from that night, things began to change. It was like my whole body just let go of everything I was holding on to, all the stuff, all the things, all the junk in my life. One collective moment just kind of let go. When I showed back up at that finale, I was a changed person. I really truly began to walk in love and forgiveness towards my mom. The scale ultimately wasn't going to define me, that my weight wouldn't define me, the smile on my face wasn't defining me, but that God all along was defining me. To know that I could truly hand it over to God, who was in every way big enough to handle everything, and that he wasn't going to run away. He wasn't going to see all the junk and run away. Me being in control is really me being out of control. And so I have Christ first, because I know that in him is really my full life. I'm Michelle Aguilar, and I am second.